What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Vibe Studio in South Florida. I am Maroon Rhythms, if you don't know. And in this video, I want to talk about why you're not a good recording engineer and what you need to do to become a good recording engineer. Now, if you guys know a little bit about my history, I started recording and engineering on my own, jumped out from a full-time job, and I've been doing this for 7 years now, full-time. And I started from the bottom in the hood studios all the way up to nice studios like this, where I am today. So I want to let you guys know what I had to figure out on why people keep coming back to me to record rather than going to other engineers. So let me give you some tips on what can make you a good engineer. All right, tip number 1 is speed. You have to be fast in this game. You have to be fast on Pro Tools or whatever DAW you're using. Remember, we're getting paid by the hour usually here. So when people book 2 hours, you want to get as much done as possible. If you're not able to keep up with the speed and be good on their time, they're going to just go to somebody else because what I can get done in 2 hours for somebody is a lot more than what somebody else is going to get done within 2 hours. The second reason why speed is important is because artists are in the flow of working. So if they do a take and then they need to record the take again and you're taking like 10 seconds or longer to run that take back again, to record them again, they're going to be upset and frustrated, especially experienced artists. They're going to be upset and frustrated because that's just too long. You're taking them out of their flow. When someone is in a flow with their lines, they gotta keep going and find their energy and their vibe and their voice. And when you take a long time to start that take again, to record them again, they're not going to be able to find that right away. So I've seen, especially industry artists, big artists, go, "Hey, come on, let's go," and they rush these engineers to start recording again if they're taking too long. So speed is just super important for those 2 reasons. The second important thing, the second tip on how to become a great engineer and how to not be a bad recording engineer is your reliability. Man, this got me far, for real. Like, reliability got me super far in this game. Just as simple as having a hard drive that keeps everyone's sessions. I don't care. Don't be stuck up. Don't be stushed. Don't walk around like you don't need to have people's sessions. If you're an engineer, invite yourself in to be their engineer, their go-to guy, and keep their sessions on a hard drive. Invest in yourself. One of the first things I did was I went to Best Buy or whatever, or Amazon, and buy a large hard drive, like a terabyte hard drive or more, and keep everyone's sessions in folders so that you can always have this session, and when somebody needs something, they can call on you for it. That shows that you're reliable. You're a reliable engineer and you're serious about your job. What I see a lot of the times is if somebody is asking, if somebody records an artist, if an engineer records an artist and the artist 2 months later says, "Hey, can I have that session because I'm going to go get it mixed now," or whatever the reason is, and you're like, "No, sorry, I don't have your session anymore." That's a L. You're taking a big L. That's a big problem, guys. Big problem. Do not delete, throw away people's sessions. Now, with that being said, if you're an artist, take your sessions. Don't necessarily depend on the engineer to keep all your sessions either. If I was an artist and I'm going from studio to studio, I'm having a hard drive of my own sessions, just in case if I need to send them around or I need to do whatever with them. I got full control. It's my music, right? It's your music. So make sure that you have your sessions as an artist. Now, if you're an artist and you have your trusted engineer, your go-to guy, like I'm many people's go-to engineer. So I I'm going to have their sessions on my hard drive, on my studio computer. I'm going to have it somewhere. So, and I never delete or throw away sessions. There's times where I've deleted sessions, but that's been after like years and years and years. Like I've been doing this for like 7 years. So all the old stuff that I did at the very beginning, I don't have, obviously, but all the main people that I consistently work with, I keep, and I definitely try to keep everyone's sessions. You also have to be able to solve problems. That's part of you being reliable. Learn this game. Learn the technical side of engineering. The reason why engineers get paid faster than producers and writers and artists is because nobody wants to learn the technical side, right? This is a technical thing that you got to sit down and practice and learn, and it takes time. But the good news is that people will pay you for it because they don't want to do it themselves. So that's why I'm here getting paid full time, working full time as a recording engineer rather than, remember, I'm a beat maker too. I started off making beats, but I just don't make beats anymore. Right now, that's not a part of my plan. My plan is to get to this bag, and engineering is the bag. People think, oh, I'm gonna be an artist, or I'm gonna be a writer, I'm gonna be a producer. And people think that there's big money in that. I'm not saying that there isn't. There is. But for the average person that knows their way around recording, you can make money a lot faster if you just become a recording engineer. That's my bread and butter. Before mixing, before making beats and making money off my beats too. That happens once in a while, but again, it's once in a while. This is stability. So reliability is super important as an engineer. You need to come across as reliable to anybody who is going to hire you. You got to be reliable to be able to work in any studio. If someone calls you to a different studio, you got to know how to. I remember the first time I got called to go work in Circle House, which is a big studio here in Miami. And I never worked there before, and I was so nervous. They booked me for a 12-hour block, 12 hours. And I didn't know, honestly, I was nervous. I only worked at like small ghetto studios. And I went there and I was like, you know what? Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, board? They don't even use the board in these damn studios. They just use Pro Tools. That's it. You got to know how to use a little engineer mouse. They have his little assistants there. You got to ask the right questions. Know where how to change the speaker output so you can switch speakers, and know what input the mic is going through, the signal flow. Just little basic things, and that's it. You're good to go. But you got to be reliable to be able to record at any studio as well. That's a big thing. So once you know the technical aspect of this stuff, you're going to be reliable, and you're going to be called upon to get paid doing this. Another thing I want to talk about, which is a big thing, is your attitude. Why do people come to me rather than going to any other engineer? I'm more expensive, and people come to me because I care. Ooh, they don't want to hear that. I care. Look, there's a lot of engineers that are out here just for the money. They're just like, oh, I can make some quick bread engineering. Let me just press record. And they're pressing record and they're falling asleep, and artists are asking their opinion. They want feedback. They want them to be, look, an artist is hiring you to engineer because they want help to make their song, make their vision come true. They want somebody who's going to help them do that, not somebody to just press record. Not somebody to just press record. That's not enough to just press record. Not enough. You have to help these people, help these artists accomplish their vision. It's not just about the money. It's really about caring and your attitude. So I hear a million times, I'll go out of town and my clients will really want to record, and they'll go to somebody else. And then the next week when I get back from out of town, they'll call me and they'll say, yo, I already recorded the song, but Maroon, I got to record this over with you, man, because like people just, I went to this so and so studio and recorded, and it's just don't work because, they just, what I'm saying, they fell asleep on me trying to record, or these are real stories. I asked them their feedback. What do you think about the song? What do you think about that? They just were like, I don't know, bro. Just do, and it's like, that's not a real engineer. If you want to take this far, that's not gonna get you far. So people come to me because they know when I'm sitting in this chair and you book me for those hours, you got my full attention. I'm not on my phone. Oh yeah, you want to do that takeover? How was that? What do you think? Oh, I wasn't even listening. My bad. Let me, no, none of that. Now, another thing that makes you a great, long lasting engineer, another big thing that I've been doing that has made me a good engineer is by pushing people, bringing the best out of them, helping them with their song, helping them fulfill that vision. One way I do that is by pushing them to do takes over if I don't feel like it's there. Pushing them to change their voice up, use different characters, do what I really hear to help to make the song better. Anything I hear. It's also things like doubles and harmonies. I guide them. I'm like, hey, we just did this verse. Let's do the endings of these doubles. Let's do some harmonies here. Yeah, let's double up the hook so that it sounds fuller. Like I'm making the song for them. Like people just want to come here and they want to record and they want to create their song, but a lot of times they don't know how to accomplish that vision because they haven't maybe recorded as much, or whatever their experience level is. Even famous artists that I work with, they are famous not because they know all the ins and outs of engineering. You know what I mean? So they still need guidance. They still ask, hey, what do you think? Should I do that over sometimes? Or they still need that feedback, and they need all these things that I'm mentioning, honestly. So before you start recording anyone famous, make sure you got your stuff down. Another thing that's obviously really important is understanding what people are trying to do, what they want. You got to know what sound people are going for. The amazing thing for me that I think that I have about myself is that I love all types of music. I've recorded music in French and Spanish and English and patois, like Jamaican music. I've in all types of languages and all types of different genres too. Hip hop, reggae, dancehall, whatever, house, electronic music, pop music. Because I listen to all these things on just on streaming or on the radio, or just walking in a mall somewhere, and I'm listening to the songs and I'm saying, oh, that's a pop voice. That's in this pop song. Their vocal is really bright. Oh, they do this reverb. Oh, that's the style. Oh, dancehall music. They do a lot of delay throws and stuff like I'm listening to music, and I'm understanding the styles of what they do. Because look, let's face it, everything's the same. People think that there's all of these different options for music. Like, no, there's there's the same things. There's reverb, delay, there's EQ, compression, there are a few other things, but it's the same for every genre of music. Like, it's the same. It's just how you use it is different. So just once you learn all of these tools, all you have to do is just listen to what other people are doing in different genres and just follow it. If I hear a constant certain type of delay in one genre, I'm just gonna use that because I'm gonna know how to pull it up. We got presets, everything is here for us. So knowing the sound that they're looking for is super important. If somebody says, hey, look, I want like a Travis Scott vibe, or I want like this vibe, then I know what they're talking about. I know they want like the explosive reverb, or the delay, the echoes and stuff like that, or like the effect, the wideness effect on the voice, and things like that. Like, people will talk about what they want, and you got to know how to do it. You got to know, and it's really not that hard once you learn all the tools. Really, guys, the key is just understanding engineering and understanding how this works. And if you're somebody who wants to learn how to engineer and wants to do this, If you feel like you have the aptitude, you feel like you can do something like this and you're good at guiding artists, you know what I mean? Then do engineering because of that. Don't do it because you just need the money. Like literally, if you want to be a studio owner, but you're engineering, you don't have the passion for it, but you're just trying to make that extra money, like it's probably a better idea that you hire somebody who really cares about it, an engineer who really cares, and just be the studio owner or manager then, and don't get into engineering. Like this is why engineers have a bad name, and that's a whole nother video. But there's too many people that fall asleep on the mic, fall asleep while the artist is working, is trying to record, just not paying attention, not caring. Like the artist is there spending their money with you. How do you get them to come back? You get them to come back by caring and by knowing what you're doing. It's really that simple. So with all that being said, if you want to learn, if you're somebody who's interested in being the best engineer, God level status, Super Saiyan engineer, then check out my course. Please, I got everything for you there. And the link in the description below. Go take the course. You will learn everything you need to know. I'm so hype about this course always because it took me a while to make it, and it's something that you can just hop right into it. If you're thinking about going to audio school or you're thinking about interning in studios to learn, I am helping you out right now by bypassing those two things. You do not have to do that. I never was an intern, and I've worked with all types of people, big and small, like I've been doing this for 7 years. I never interned. I did go to audio school, and I know I have my own opinion of whether that's worth it or not, but I can tell you this. I had to take out a big loan, and I had to use 4 or 5 years of my time just to learn the things that I needed to learn, and I still didn't learn everything. Don't do it, guys. This is the way. This is the way. Think about it. Think about moving smart. And the reason why I did this course, and that's why I'm so hype about it, because I feel like I can help people pass that, skip those steps of feeling like they have to, they have to go to audio school, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but just check that link out. Sign up, don't sign up, whatever you want to do, but you can read about it, check it out. I lay everything out there. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you there, definitely. And I look forward to seeing you in another video, guys. So Maroon Rhythms out. The vibes. Big tune. Big tune.